And Será. Good morning, guys. Welcome, everybody. And please, well, today it's December the 2nd, and we are on basically our last week of classes, right? Because as you may recall, we are a course of 8 weeks. Okay, so please, before I'm starting passing the attendance, I'm going to kindly ask you to turn on your cameras. Okay, today I won't be repeating, please turn off your camera because you already know the drill. If your camera is off, I will have to remove you from the class and you won't have the attendance, okay? So please, let's all be on the same page so we can have a good and a great class, okay? So let me see. Ricardo Sobrevilla, Yael, Jorge Jara, George Núñez, Elizabeth Ramírez, Sandra Santín, Paulette Castillo. I need your cameras on in order to start passing the attendance, okay? Otherwise, I won't be able to start. Yael, Jorge, George, Elizabeth, I'm waiting for you guys. Please turn on your cameras. Thank you, George. Elizabeth Ramírez, Jorge Jara, Yael Vera. Omar, please, your camera. Okay. Thank you, Omar. Thank you, Elizabeth. Jorge. Yael. Okay, thank you very much, guys, for your collaboration. Right now, I'm going to start passing the attendance, okay? Just remember that this is a document that basically you have access to, and right here you have all the record about your attendance, right? Remember that, well, on this week number 3, we didn't have any classes because of the holiday. And right here you have your percentage, okay? So please double check this information. Right now I'm going to hide this. So I want to be able to check your names while I'm passing the attendance, right? So let me just hide this for a while. Okay, so you know the drill, guys. You can either say hello, you can either say good morning, here, hi, that is up to you. Let's avoid present, right? That is why it is highlighted in red color. So let's start. Gianela Acosta.
Good morning, Miss.
Gianela, thank you. Franks Almache. Isabel Almeida. Good morning, Isabel. Mónica Añasco.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Mónica. Judith Avilés.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judith. Analia. Diana Cañizares. Diana Cañizares. Elías Castillo.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Elías. Thank you. Paulette Castillo.
Good morning, Miss.
Morning, Paulette. Thank you. Juan Cedeño.
Good morning.
Good morning, Juan. Kevin Cruz.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kevin. Nancy Cruz.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Nancy. Cristel Díaz.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Cristel. Melanie Guarco.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Melanie. Jorge Jara.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Jorge. Thank you. Álvaro Lara. Álvaro Lara. Jessica Lima.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Jessica. Kenia Niño.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Kenia. Andrea Molina. Andrea Molina. Dayana Moreno.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Dayana. George Núñez.
Here.
Thank you, George. María de Los Ángeles Parra.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, María de Los Ángeles. Elizabeth Ramírez. Elizabeth Ramírez.
Morning, Miss.
Good morning, Elizabeth. Thank you. Byron Reyes. He is coming into the session. Cristel Saldarriaga.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Cristel. Thank you. Helen Romo.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Helen. Thank you. Sebastián Rodríguez.
Here, Miss.
Thank you, Sebastián. Gianna Sánchez.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Gianna. Kevin Sánchez.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kevin. Camila Santa Cruz.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Camila. Sandra Santín.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Sandra. Ricardo Sobrevilla.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Ricardo. Kevin Solís.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Kevin. Scarlett Takuri. Scarlett Takuri. Omar Tumalá. Omar.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Omar. Thank you. Daniela Vélez.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, Daniela. Yael Vera.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Yael. Marcela Villegas. Marcela Villegas. María Llagos.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Maria. Please remember that your camera needs to be pointing at your face. Thank you. Aldair Zambrano.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Aldair. Justin Zamora. Justin Zamora. Okay, guys, I'm gonna do a roll call, okay? In case that some of the students that were not before now arrive. Frank Salmache, Diana Cañizares, Álvaro Lara, Kenia Miño, Byron Reyes. I think that Byron.
Miss. Buenos días, Reyes.
Good morning, Byron. Thank you. Scarlett Takuri, Marcela Villegas, Justin Zamora. Okay, guys. Now, just
Miss, creo que me dejó todavía la falta. Reyes.
yes, I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me know, Byron. There you go. Okay, guys. So as I was telling you before, we are only 1 week away from the final quizzes, right? I already told you this information, but I'm gonna as usual, tell you some important information about the level, about the quiz, okay? So I'm gonna ask for your full attention at this time, okay? Now, let me double check because I know you guys and I need to check if your cameras are on. That is always a good news. I really appreciate your collaboration. Now, let me go to the Moodle platform because right here, you are going to find really relevant information, okay? The first thing is that right here, as you can see, and projecting, and I add this register about your Alticia progress. Remember that in order to have the full 2 points, you will need to get 100% on the progress. So right here, you have what's the deal with your progress until this point, okay? So, for example, kudos and congratulations to Omar Tomala and to Aldair Zambrano because you guys already got the whole progress, right? So in this case, Omar and Aldair, you have the 2 points that belongs to the Alticia grading category, okay? So that is always a good news. So please, for the ones that are not there yet, you need to keep up, okay? Now, another thing that you should consider that you have it right here is that the deadline to complete 100% of your progress on the Alticia platform will be December 10th. On that day, Alfonso is gonna basically close Alticia and he is going to download the information about your progress. Diana, do you have a question?
Yes, Miss.
Uh-huh.
Y lo puedo hacer en español.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ya. Lo que pasa es que yo sí he avanzado todo en Alticia y no sé por qué me sale un porcentaje tan bajo. No
Quizás
sé si de repente me confundí en nivel.
podría ser una, esa, porque el nivel es A2, o podría ser otra porque solamente estás dedicando el progreso a un skill en particular, ¿verdad? Estás solamente, por ejemplo, en listening y no estás haciendo también programas de speaking o programas o contenido que esté también ligado a reading y no estás como que viendo todas las actividades. Podría ser eso. Ok,
Teacher,
Sandra, cuéntame.
yo también sí he avanzado, pero cuando yo activé Alticia me salió el nivel A1. O sea, yo ahí he avanzado
Porque
bastante.
pero es que, a ver, cuando iniciamos el nivel, inclusive fue Nancy, compartió su pantalla, hicimos un como recorrido y tal como acá se ve, este es el nivel que nosotros estamos. Ya nivel 1 es para el primer nivel que ustedes vieron en algún momento. Ahorita ya el nivel que deberían apuntar para que sea algo más desafiante es el A2, tal como lo han hecho todos sus compañeros. Si por A o B motivo ustedes ven que hay aquí un bajo progreso, podría ser porque ha habido una desconexión en la información y no lo han acatado como se lo dijo en primera instancia, como con el resto de sus compañeros. ¿Sí? Entonces podría ir por ahí el asunto. Cristel.
O sea, una pregunta, ¿esa es una información actualizada o qué? Porque, o sea, justamente ayer ya había terminado 100%.
Sí, yo lo
Pero,
hice el día de ayer por
ok,
la mañana, entonces aquí está, ¿verdad? Este es el corte, diciembre 1. Entonces ya ahorita ya
ok,
tienen que tener otros progresos, por eso les dije, tampoco voy a les voy a poner a cada rato. Por ejemplo, ya la próxima clase, no mañana, no lo vería tan conveniente. Podría hacerlo, pero no lo vería tan conveniente. Igual ustedes también tienen acceso al progreso, ¿no? Se los pongo acá como para empujarlos. Pero la próxima clase, la próxima semana, traeré otro actualizado para que ya en ese caso sea de reflejar lo tuyo, ¿sí? Kevin.
Sí, mismo problema como de las demás compañeras. Pero yo aún así tengo 2%. Me sale ese porcentaje, pero aún ahí en la imagen veo que dice 0%, o sea, nada.
Es porque el corte fue el día de ayer, a la final de ayer
O
a
sea,
hoy.
no, pero ese 2% ya tiene tiempo. Igual yo me he metido en la plataforma y sigue saliendo 2%, entonces no,
Es que debe ser 2% de otro nivel. Eso es lo que debe pasar, debe ser el 2% a la final de A1. Entonces, yo estoy viendo desde el nivel A2. Ese es el que me sale a mí. Que como había un problema con Altice, había un cambio y era learning, creo, sí, este era. Tú tienes que estar en idioma búlgaro. ¿O fui yo la que puse eso? Está en inglés. Mira, en el A2, esto es lo que me sale. Progreso por el nivel en el plan de aprendizaje. Entonces, las lecciones validadas en esto no has hecho nada. Lo que has hecho es en A1. A1, 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 A1. Ese es el progreso que te debe salir, que debe ser de los cursos anteriores o en este caso no lo seteaste de manera correcta. ¿Okay? Eso es lo que te debe haber salido. Okay, any other questions about Alticia? So right here, as I was telling you before, as I was mentioned, right here, you have your progress on December the 1st, right? Right now, probably it has changed. And right here, this is whenever we have the deadline, whenever Alfonso is going to close Alticia and he's going to download the information, okay? So if you haven't got any of the progress, you still have some days, right? So my suggestion, right, is to try to go as far as you can with Alticia, because again, these are 2 points. So probably that will make a difference eventually. Now, once again, I'm going to check the information about the final exam because I want that this can be crystal clear. So if you want to double check this file has been in the Moodle platform since last week. So you can double check this whenever you want. So remember that we will have the oral component and also the written part. So this written quiz will have the ponderation of 20%, while the oral quiz will have 80% of the ponderation. The written exam will be on Sunday, December the 10th, Sunday, from 11:30 until 1 p.m. So this is something that I have to mention. Be on time. My suggestion is be on the session at least 10 minutes before, okay? You need to be on the session. You need to have your camera on. You need to have your camera pointing at your face, not like this, but I need to see your full face. And the oral quiz, that once again, it is a really important part of the quiz, will be the previous day, the day before. It will be next Saturday, Saturday, December the 9th. So because you are a large group, this will be conducted in groups. So you will only need to log in the time that I'm telling you right here. No change, no modifications to the schedule are allowed. So right now I'm telling you with 2 weeks advance, right? I already told you last week, and I'm telling you right now once again that this is the schedule that you will need to be on the session, I'm sorry, so you can have your oral quiz. So this is gonna be the oral quiz topics, okay? Now, tomorrow, we are gonna take some time to practice this, okay? Tomorrow, listen and hear me out. Tomorrow, it's Sunday the 3rd, right? So in order to have a better preparation for the oral quiz, we are going to practice this. So if you want, you can prepare yourself so you can talk about your last birthday, or you can prepare yourself in order to know how to describe your favorite person. Or you can also prepare yourself to talk to about what are your plans for your future, okay? So as I told you before, the oral exam will be based, the grading system will be based on this rubric right here. So I invite every of you to take a look on which are the areas of evaluation. And this is the writing rubric. I'm sorry.
Necesitas disculpar.
Okay, so this is the writing exam rubric that I'm going to consider whenever I'm grading your writing part, okay? So do you have any questions about this? Okay, I'm gonna say this in Spanish so it is crystal clear. El día de mañana vamos a hacer una clase de práctica de esto de los topics, ¿verdad? Del oral quiz, como para poderles dar una retroalimentación de los do y de los don'ts que ustedes deberían aplicar al momento del examen, ¿ok? Okay, so now that I told you all of this important information, right now let's start with the content of our class, okay? Let me just turn off the edition mode.
Yo
So
tengo
I
una,
can...
una
Yes,
pregunta.
Nancy, sí.
Sí, sobre los tópicos del examen oral.
¿Ah?
Son 3, podría tomarnos cualquiera de los 3.
Ajá, exactamente. No los 3, ¿verdad? El día de ayer justamente hice un simulacro con los chicos que tengo del primer nivel. Ellos son menos, ustedes son un curso grande, ¿verdad? Y en ellos, por ejemplo, y se los digo de una vez y se los digo en español, aprecio más, y se los dije a ellos, de que intenten hablar a que vengan y que yo note que estén leyendo en primera instancia, ¿no? Se están haciendo daño ustedes porque ya se los mencioné o no sé si lo deben haber escuchado por otro lado, pero al momento de dar el certificado les van a tomar una prueba oral para también saber si ustedes es los que han venido como que pasando y aprobando todos estos cursos o simplemente lo han hecho pues apoyándose en herramientas no tan confiables, ¿no? Entonces, recomendación 1 para el día del examen y también para lo de mañana, ¿no? Y ahí se van a dar cuenta que yo les voy a hacer el comentario de la manera más amable. Estás leyendo, no es lo correcto. Entonces, por favor, practica, ¿no? Eso en primer punto. Y segundo, lo que deben considerar es que si yo noto que están leyendo, ¿verdad? Me puedo salir de esas preguntas para notar si realmente saben de lo que están hablando, ¿no? Yo les estoy poniendo esas preguntas ahí para que ustedes vengan, las practiquen, ¿no? Como les he dicho, no espero que aquí en el examen venga a hablarme una Adele, sino que espero que me hable un estudiante que está cursando por un tercer nivel, ¿ok?
Una pregunta, Miss.
Yes, George.
Eh, no sé si escuché bien, pero creo que hay 3 temas y nosotros tenemos que preparar sobre los 3 temas por si acaso, o sea, porque se puede elegir cualquiera para, para el examen.
Exacto, sí, es como un banco de preguntas, entonces cualquiera de los tres podría ser los que pueden entrar.
Ya, eso es para el examen. Y para el día de mañana,
El día de mañana es un simulacro, ¿verdad? O sea, como que vamos a hacer como lo que sería el examen oral y para darles mis anotaciones, ¿verdad? Y, por ejemplo, yo te diría, George, please talk to me about your plans for the future, ¿verdad? Entonces ahí tú me dices, ok, my plans for the future, I want to grade a master degree, I want to get married. Tú comienzas y me dices me contestas la pregunta, ¿verdad? Entonces yo te diré, ok, George, mira, tal cosa deberías corregir, o George, lo hiciste muy bien, me parece que no tienes nada que corregir, como para darte un feedback, ¿ok?
entonces, mañana sería como que el simulacro, pero con los mismos temas que van a ser para el examen.
Correcto, exactamente, que los encuentras
Ya,
aquí,
está bien, gracias.
¿ok?
Miss, y el viernes asistimos primero a clases y de ahí nos toma el escrito.
El viernes no tenemos clase, el
Perdón,
sábado.
el domingo.
El domingo ya. Sí, el domingo no, el domingo se conectan, o sea, el examen comienza a 11:30, ¿no? Entonces, lo ideal es que se conecten 11:15, 11:20, y acá ya les doy las últimas instrucciones y ustedes comienzan a hacer su examen, ¿sí? Eh, Algo que les iba a mencionar, la próxima clase, ¿verdad? Perdón, la próxima semana ya debería estar como que activado el examen, a pesar de que no lo van a visualizar todavía, pero ahí yo les voy a hacer como que un paso a paso de, a ver chicos, aquí encuentran el examen, acceden de esta manera, estas son el tipo de preguntas que van a encontrar como para que se familiaricen y no lleguen así como que sin ningún tipo de información previa de qué es lo que van a encontrar, ¿ya?
Miss, y el sábado después del speaking igual nos conectamos también a
Sí,
clases.
sí, nos quedamos en clase.
Miss,
Ajá.
para el speaking solo me conecto a la hora que me toca a mí o tengo que conectarme desde temprano.
Para el speaking, solamente te conectas a la hora que te toca y ya una vez que ya culminamos, ahí sí ya ingresan todos.
Ok, gracias.
Y Miss, el speaking tiene duración así por cada estudiante, 3 minutos, 2 minutos.
No, no les he puesto duración, no, simplemente no. Ahora, por ejemplo, si yo les digo la pregunta, ¿verdad? De what are your plans for the future? Que es la tercera pregunta de acá, ¿cuáles son sus planes de futuro? Pero si ustedes me dicen, I don't have any plans for the future. No, pues no, o sea, que haya una elaboración. No les estoy dando tiempo, hablen un minuto y medio, no. Sino que, por ejemplo, si ustedes me dicen, what are your plans for the future? I don't have plans for the future. Ah, si me dicen eso, yo vendré y les digo, ok, so what are your plans for tomorrow? Entonces, como para poder sacar información, ¿no? Y poder calificarlos. Con un par de palabras no voy a poder evaluar, ¿ya? Ok. Okay, so let's see. Okay, do you have any other question before I continue with the class?
Miss, yo tengo una consulta.
Yes.
Es con respecto a las asistencias. O sea, la
Ajá.
próxima semana que tenemos los exámenes, ¿va a ponernos de asistencia solamente la hora que dura el examen o las 4 horas de la sesión, por así decirlo?
Las 4 horas de la sesión, es decir, si se conectan, pues tendrán sus 4 horas.
Ok, Miss.
Ok.
Yo tengo una pregunta
Sí,
también.
cuéntame, Cristel.
No soy Camila.
Ah, perdón, es que Cristel tenía puesto tiene desactivado tiene activado el micrófono. Sí, cuéntame, Camila.
Miss, con respecto al examen escrito, me
Ajá.
imagino que el examen escrito es con cámara prendida. Una vez que yo acabe el examen, ¿puedo apagar la cámara o tengo que esperar que todos terminen?
No, una vez que tú termines el examen, te puedes desconectar, te puedes ya apagar la cámara, te despides y ya. Y de ahí el proceso es de que, a ver, yo tengo que calificar su writing, ¿verdad? Entonces, recuerden algo, ustedes son 40 alumnos, ¿no? Entonces, digamos que le dedique una media de 5, 8 minutos a cada examen, sí me voy a tardar al menos 1 o 2 días. Entonces, sus notas estarían, diría yo, siendo optimistas para el día martes, ¿no? ¿Qué pasa ahí? Alfonso, o como normalmente se comunica él, les envía estas notas por correo, ¿no? Y les envía por cada ponderación, ¿no? Ponderación de Alticia, de los 2 puntos obtuviste 2, de los projects obtuviste tanto, del Moodle obtuviste tanto, y del examen esto, tu nota final es tanto, tu asistencia es tanto, ¿no? Entonces, eso es lo que ustedes van a recibir en ese tiempo, ¿sí?
Listo, muchas gracias.
Ok, y aquí sí quiero ser bastante clara, ¿no? Con el tema de las asistencias. El tema de las asistencias no es algo nuevo, es algo que se ha venido explicando desde el día 1, 2, 3. Me tomo todos los días antes de iniciar clases al menos 20, 25 minutos para darles las indicaciones, ¿no? Entonces, en temas de asistencia, sí les voy a pedir que por favor no me digan, ayúdenme con la asistencia, porque una vez más, no sería justo para Yanela, que tiene 100% de sus asistencias y de que sábados y domingos, a pesar de que habrá tenido olimpiadas del hermanito, del sobrino, que el día anterior salió de farra, igual estuvo aquí, ¿no? Entonces, no sería justo para los que sí han cumplido con todos los fines de semana, que es algo demandante. Así que se los comento en este momento para que todo quede bastante claro. ¿Ok?
Miss, ¿qué porcentajes tiene el examen y el Moodle y el Alticia para pasar el curso?
Todo eso ya lo he mencionado, Ricardo. Te sugiero que por favor revises la plataforma Moodle. Hay una presentación que dice Projects, perdón, déjame te comparto. Aquí está el porcentaje de la calificación, ¿verdad? Lo voy a repetir para que no diga que no se los he dicho, porque no es 1 ni 2, sino creo que 10 veces, pero como para que todos quedemos en la misma página. Parece que esto está en la 12. ¿Está? Acá. Ok. Lo que se hace del muro, 20%, 2 puntos. Alticia, 20%, ¿verdad? Cuando obtienen el 100% de las actividades del progreso. Los projects, que han sido los videos, los writings, tiene otra ponderación de 20%. Y la evaluación, ¿verdad? Tanto, o sea, una sola se la hace, representa 4 puntos. Es decir, esos 4 puntos van a ser ponderados de a partir de ese 100% que ustedes obtengan 80 del speaking y 20 del writing, ¿ok? Del reading, I'm sorry. ¿Ok? ¿Estamos, Ricardo?
Sí, Miss, gracias.
Okay. This is information that once again, you can find right here in the Moodle, okay? If you want to double check all of these things that I'm been telling you right now, just go into the Moodle and just go and find the information. Cristel.
Sí, Miss, una
Ajá.
pregunta.
Yes.
En el muro, o sea, se coge como que el porcentaje o las actividades en sí, porque, o sea, en el porcentaje tengo 28, pero, o sea, igual hubieran como que actividades que ustedes como que no hagan
Sí.
esto, nada, o sea, simplemente que ven como que...
Coge justamente todas las actividades que sí han hecho, ¿verdad? Las otras no, el porcentaje como tal no, sino, por ejemplo, si sacaron 10 en la actividad 1A, si sacaron 9.5 en la actividad 2B, todo eso se descarga y se lo promedia en una sola.
Miss, otra
Yes.
pregunta.
Ajá.
O sea, quisiera saber
Ujú.
si, o sea, los niveles, usted como que simplemente nos da el nivel 3 y ya el nivel 4 es otro profesor, o cómo.
¿Sabes qué? Es que depende mucho de la disponibilidad de los profesores. O sea, aquí, por ejemplo, yo he estado del nivel 1 con Sandra, con también Nancy, por ahí también he estado con Mónica, pero se han alineado básicamente los planetas para que continuemos en los mismos niveles porque justo yo no tenía planeado dar este nivel 3R en la última corte, tenía que dar el nivel 6Q, me parece, pero por temas de mis horarios no pude dar ese de ahí y me asignaron de acá, que justamente coincidía con este. Entonces, podría ser que en el siguiente nivel, que les toca el cuarto, ¿verdad? Me toque también ustedes, ¿verdad? Porque yo lo que sí doy es siempre las clases los días viernes, jueves y viernes de 6 a 10 de la noche y sábados y domingos de 9 a 1, esos son los horarios inamovibles para mí. El horario, el curso que me asignen ya dependerá de la academia y de también cómo ellos se organizan. ¿Sí?
Okay, gracias.
You're welcome. Okay, Ricardo, please, I need that your camera be on in order to continue with the class. Okay, so guys, let's start with today's class. Take a look. We have took almost the first hour in order to cover all of those topics, but you know, it's important so we can all be on the same page and you have this information clear, okay? So now let's go working on our next unit. Take a look. We're almost finishing the Moodle platform, like the book, right? So we still had ahead Unit 5C, 6A, 6B, and 6C. So in order to move on, let me open the book that you are supposed to cover. Okay, we already covered 5B, so right now we are supposed to cover Unit 5C. So as usual, I'm going to ask to Ricardo, can you please read the title of Unit 5C?
How much is too much?
Correct. Thank you very much, Ricardo. So, Sebastian, I'm going to read this bubble right here, and you are going to read the white one. I watch too much TV.
I don't spend enough time in the sun.
Correct. Thank you very much, Sebastian. So I don't know if you are basically catching all of the words that are being used right here, but we have this word, right? We have the word much. We also have the word much, once again, right here, too much, and also the word enough. Okay, so this is, I mean, this has a purpose because in the grammar section, we are going to cover content related to quantifiers, related to the use of too, not enough, many, much, a few, and all of those quantifiers. Into the vocabulary section, we will check health and the body. And we also going to check some of the pronunciation of words that you are going to see through the unit. So let's go to unit 5C on the Moodle platform. Once again, I'm going to repeat this. Do not open any activity that I'm not telling you to open, okay? And let's take a look right here. We have some questions, right? Once again, this is not part of the activities, but we can check them out, right? Take a look. We have diet and lifestyle questionnaire. Diet and lifestyle. And we have the first question. If somebody wants to answer this question, please raise your hand. We have, do you drink coffee? Do you drink coffee? Yes or no? How many cups do you drink a day? 1, 2, 5. Probably you're shaking at this point if you are drinking 5 cups of coffee, right? What kind of coffee? You got coffee from Sweet and Coffee, Juan Valdez, El Oro, any of those. And what time do you drink your last cup of the day? So let's see. Anybody wants to tell me if you guys drink coffee? Kevin Cruz, do you drink coffee?
Yes, miss.
Yes, because you are in the health area, right? And you need to be awake. So
Yes.
I'm guessing that you drink coffee. Okay, Kevin, how many cups of coffee do you drink a day? 1, 2, 5.
2 or 1 cup
Okay.
coffee a day.
Coffee cups, okay, amazing. So what kind of coffee? Like any brand from Sweet and Coffee?
Juan Valdez.
Juan Valdez, you prefer Juan Valdez?
Yes.
Okay.
Súper cargado el café.
Yes, I mean, once again, I asked you the question because I know that probably you need to be awake, right? Because you are in the health area. Now, do you have a time where you drink your last cup of coffee, or you drink it like any time of the day?
Bueno, ¿en qué tiempo tomo el...
No. Look,
¿Cuál fue mi último café que tomé en el día?
Yes. Basically, look, just listen to me. Remember that sometimes, like normal people, if you got coffee, you know, they have caffeine, right? And if you drink it at night, you're going to be shaken and you're not going to be able to sleep. So the question is, what time in the day do you drink your last cup of coffee of the day, right? So what time?
You
can do it. Listen to me once again. Look, I'm telling you this. Coffee equals no sleep, right? That is the result of drinking coffee, okay? So if you drink coffee late in the night, you are not going to be able to sleep. So my question for you, Kevin, is what
Okay.
time? Yes.
Oh, bueno, sí, bueno, se lo puedo decir en español lo que usted me decía. Que si si tomo el café, o sea, si el café me deja dormir,
basically,
si yo tomo café para después irme a dormir,
no.
no.
No, you are like close, you are close. ¿A qué hora es o sea, la última hora del día como que te permites tomar café? Lo que te digo es que te quita el sueño.
Sí, por ahí iba, por ahí iba, por ahí iba.
Yes, you
Por
were
ahí
close.
iba.
You were close. So what time? Do you have any schedule or you drink it any time on the day?
Anytime.
Anytime? Okay, so you don't have schedules. Okay. I think I saw Isabel's hands. Isabel?
Sí, quería ayudar un poquito
Okay.
con lo que significa.
So, for you, Isabel, do you drink coffee?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. How many cups of coffee do you drink a day?
Antiguamente 3 or 2 cups.
3? Okay, that's a lot. And what kind of coffee?
In Sudan coffee.
Sudan coffee? Okay. So, Isabel, when you got coffee, when you drink coffee, do you have problems or issues to get some sleep?
Yes, I sleep very late.
Yes, I'm
If I
guessing.
drink so much coffee. Yeah.
Yes, I know. I mean, for me, guys, I used to be like a huge fan of coffee, but I haven't drink coffee like for 2 months, and that is a lot for me because my sleep schedule was really bad. I was like getting really late to sleep. Okay, so thank you very much, Camila, and great job, Kevin, also in answering this question. Okay. Now, let's take a look on this picture. Look at this lady, like she's having like the skincare routine. You have sun right here, Pac-Man, video games. I used to have this console. This is the PSP, right? Nice console. And more Pac-Man, and I think that this is a television. So let's go to the first activity. 2, reading and listening. So we have activity 2B. I'm going to kindly ask you to open the activity. And let's go into the activity so we can see what's the deal with it. Yeah. Jessica Lima. Jessica, can you please read the instruction?
Wrap the circle, look at the highlighted word. Highlighted. Was related to the health and the body, match the thing to the picture of the definition.
Correct. Thank you very much, Jessica. So remember this word, highlighted. Highlighted is this. I'm highlighting the word highlighted, right? This is highlighted when you put color on the word, okay? So read the article. That is the first thing. Remember that we need to understand the instruction in order to go and move forward. Look the highlighted words related to health and body. Health. Notice the pronunciation. Health, right? At the very end, it's like health and the body. Match them to a picture of definition. So right now, as usual, I'm going to ask some volunteers to read the coffee part, the sunlight part, and the computer games. Amazing. So the first thing I'm going to give you, I'm going to go with Camila, but let's see. We have everything that is good for you. right? We have two adjectives, two opposite adjectives. And right now, let's see. What happened with my Moodle? Let's see, it's right here, okay. So let's see who is the first one, Isabel. So Isabel, can you please read the coffee section?
Miss, una pregunta, ¿se escucha?
A veces no se dan cuenta, pero eso sucede.
Yes, but
Entonces es importante
go ahead.
que siempre
Okay, everything bad is good for you.
esté incorporada
Coffee, we all
en
know that
aquellos medios.
a cup of coffee helps to
Debería
get
ser así.
you up in the
Nosotros,
morning,
como
but several
hijos,
studies show that drinking coffee helps to prevent some illnesses,
esté involucrado
like diabetes
en esta
and
tecnología.
Parkinson's.
Sí, ya actualmente, como les decía, muchos
Experts say that you
televisión
can safely drink 3
computador,
cups of espresso during the day, but
escuchan
if you
sus audios
if
allí,
you drink
en
too
los
much
medios
coffee,
tecnológicos.
it can make you feel
Entonces debe ser una tarea
anxious or
urgente.
keep you awake at night.
Debe también ser educación.
So look at the highlighted words right here. Prevent, illness, anxious. Basically, this is the thing I was getting because drinking a lot of coffee, right? I was shaking. At some point, I was shaking. So once again, prevent, illness, and anxious. Let's go with the next volunteer, George Núñez. Sunlight, please.
Miss, ¿puedo hacer computer game?
Yes.
¿Puedo decir computer game?
I'm sorry?
¿Puedo leer computer games?
You know, we have right here like an order, okay? So we're going to go with George and then we're going to go with Sandra, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sunlight. Spending a long time in the sun is dangerous and can give you skin cancer. But on the other hand, not spending enough time in the sun is also bad for you, as sunlight helps you to produce vitamin D. This vitamin is important for strong bones and healthy immune system, and it also makes people feel happier. Nowadays, many people don't get enough sunlight because they wear sunscreen all the time, especially on their face. However, don't spend too long in the sun. 15 minutes a day without sunscreen is a healthy amount and not a midday.
Okay, amazing. Thank you very much, George. So right here, the highlighted words are skin, bones, and faces. Faces, no face, face is singular. We're talking about more faces, right? Faces. Let's go with computer games, Sandra Santin.
Computer games, you probably worry about how much time you or your children waste playing computer games. But in fact, some studies show that these games can help us learn important skills. It seems that computer games simulate the brain, and that people who often play them are probably better at solving problems and making quick decisions, but don't spend too many hours in front on the computer, not more than about 2 hours a day.
Correct. Right here, you pronounce hours correctly, but right here, you pronounce it, you mispronounce, right? Remember, it's hours. ¿Te acuerdas, Sandra, que cuando estábamos viendo lo de los artículos, ¿verdad? Que hacíamos esta distinción de cuando hay un artículo antes de un noun, Déjame, porque este es mucho bla, bla, bla. Déjame ponértelo así, ¿verdad? Estos son los artículos, a y an, ¿verdad? Y decíamos que cuando una palabra tiene un sonido de vocal, yo utilizo an, ¿verdad? An orange, an apple, y ahí venía este ejemplo de an hour, ¿verdad? Si bien tiene una H, comienza a sonar como a hour, hour. Okay, that is the pronunciation. Thank you very much, Sandra. Okay,
Thank you.
so right here we have also one highlighted word. The word is brain, brain, okay? So each of these words prevent illness, anxious, skin, bones, faces, and brain are the ones that right here you will have to choose which one is the meaning of each of them. I mean, we will have to do this, right? Take a look. Right here we have this picture, but I think that we can also check it out right here, right? So, for example, the first option that we have is this picture right here, right? And we have that this is number 1. This one is number 2. And right here we have number 3. And the possible options into the description we have, it's a noun. What's going on with this? Give me a second, because probably I need to close something up, because this is way too... I'm going to ask you to give me 2 minutes because I need to check what's going on with my book, because it's taking too long. Let me... Okay, I think that right now it's better. Let's hope so. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. And we have, once again, right here, we have picture number 1, picture number 2, picture number 3, and the 4 descriptions. Listen the pronunciation. So after you're going to tell me and you're going to read this. Now, it covers the outside of a person's body. Now, verb, to stop something from happening. Now, something which makes you unwell. Adjective, feeling worried or nervous. So I do have some hands. I'm thinking that you want to tell me what's the deal with each of the meanings. So Camila, according to you, which is the word related to picture number 1?
Bones.
It is bones, right? So let's write bones right here. There you go. Amazing job, Camila. Thank you very much. Let's continue with picture number 2. Helen, what about picture number 2?
Faces.
Yes, it will be face, right? Because right here we only have 1. So let's just write face, okay? Thank you very much, Helen. Number 3, I'm going to ask Scarlett Takuri. What about number 3, Scarlett?
Brain.
That is it, brain. There you go. There you go. Nice pronunciation, Scarlett. Let's continue with number 4. Melanie Huarco, can you please read the description and then tell me the meaning of this?
Noun, it covers the outside of a person's body, is skin.
It's a skin, correct, skin. There you go. Thank you very much, Melanie. Juan, number 4. I'm sorry, number 5. Can you please read number 5 and the correct answer?
Verb to stop something from happening, prevent.
Prevent, correct. Prevent. There you go, prevent. There you go. Amazing. Thank you very much, Juan. And then we can move on into number 6. Monica Añasco, please. Remember that STH, it's something, okay? So please, go ahead.
A ver, noun, something which made your unwell. Illness.
Illness, correct. Illness, it is. So illness, it's basically diabetes, cancer, all of those are illnesses, okay? It's when you're sick. And finally, please read the definition for us, Nancy.
Adjective, feeling worried or nervous, anxious.
Correct. Anxious. Notice, yes, this is a tricky pronunciation, okay? But basically, we'd say like this. Anxious. You can say like this. Anxious. That is the correct pronunciation. But, you know, when you're talking about no anxious, but you're talking about anxiety, it has a different pronunciation. Right here will be anxiety. Anxiety. So when you have anxiety, you are anxious, okay? Ansiedad y ansioso. Anxiety and anxious, okay? This is, again, I know that this is a tricky word, but I'm telling you so you can write down the pronunciation, and if eventually you see the word, you can practice with the pronunciation, okay? So right here, the right answer was anxious. Let me go. Okay, so we have anxious. There you go, guys. Please double check your answers. All of them need to be in lowercase, not capital letter, lowercase. Number 1, bones. Number 2, face. Number 3, brain. Number 4, skin. Number 5, prevent. Number 6, illness. Okay, so please click into register the activity, and then we can move on into the next one. If you ask, give me a second. Let's continue with the next activity, guys. We are going to move on. With activity 3A, quantifiers, right? Quantifiers. All of these quantifiers is whenever you're saying a few, too much, too many, enough, not enough, little, too little, all of this, okay? So let's see. We have activity 3A. Let's open this. Kevin Sanchez, can you please read the instruction for activity 3A?
Yes. Can you remember who to use much, many,
etc.?
etc.? Choose the correct word or phrase for each sentences.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Okay, so notice, can you remember? So this is talking about, this is referring to the text, right? To this text right here, to the one of the illness, right? So we have, can you remember how many, I'm sorry, how to use much, many, etc. Choose the correct word or phrase for each sentence. So let's see. We have 6 different sentences. I'm going to read them so you can remember the pronunciation, and then you can choose them. You can choose the two between the 2 options. How, this is the one that I asked to Kevin, and I asked also for I think that was Isabel. How cups of coffee do you drink a day? You have 2 options. So Camila, your hand was raised. Which one do you think is the correct answer? Many or much?
How many?
Correct. Can you please read the whole question?
How many cups of coffee do you drink a day?
Correct. Thank you very much. Let's continue with number 2. We have, I don't spend time in the sun. And the possible options are many or much. So once again, I do have volunteers. Let me double check. Okay, Diana, can you please tell me the right answer? Many or much?
It's much.
Much. Can you please read the whole sentence?
I don't spend much time in the sun.
Correct. Thank you very much, Diana. Let's continue with number 3. I eat chocolate. So we have the possible options, a lot of, many. So Cristel, according to you, the right option is a lot of or many?
A lot of.
Yes, amazing. Can you please read the whole sentence?
I eat a lot of chocolate.
Correct. Thank you very much, Cristel. Let's continue with number 4. Drinking red wine can be good for you. And right here we have either a few or a little. So Jael, which one is the correct answer?
Drinking a few red.
A little?
Wine can be food for you.
Correct. Thank you very much, Jael. Let's continue with number 5. I only have computer games. And the possible options are a little, a few. Elizabeth Ramirez, which one is the correct one?
A few.
A few, correct. Can you please read the whole sentence?
I only had a few computer games.
Correct. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. And finally, okay, let's go with Byron. But I'm going to skip you, Isabel, because you have participated, so I'm going to give the opportunity to Byron, okay? So Byron, what about number 6?
My parents read a lot.
A lot, correct. Not this one right here, but the first one. Thank you very much, Byron. So please, guys, double check your answers. Many, much, a lot of, a little, a few, a lot. All of these are quantifiers, okay? This is the main topic on the grammar content that right now I'm going to briefly tell you about. So let's see. For example, we have quantifiers such as too much, too many. Listen to the pronunciation, right? Too much, too many, and just too. So let's see. Take a look on the first example. I'm stressed. I have too much work. Next example. I drank too much coffee yesterday, right? Let me highlight this. And you also have, he talks too much, okay? She talks too much. Let me go right here. Okay, this is another example right here. I'm only telling you the examples. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to tell you about the explanation and when to use these quantifiers. Another example, she watches too much television. My diet is unhealthy. You know, healthy, it's when you're good, right? Unhealthy is the opposite. So basically, this is bad, right? I eat too many cakes and sweets. Now, let's see the next example. I don't want to go out. I'm too tired. She's too pretty. And he's too smart. So notice that right here, we're using 3 different quantifiers. Too much, too many, and too. So what's the deal when we use each of these quantifiers? So we use too much whenever we refer to uncountable nouns, just like this. Too much work. You cannot quantify work, right? Probably you have a lot of work, of like a few things to do, but you cannot count work. Work es un noun que no se puede contar, ¿verdad? Refiriéndome a work, que estoy diciendo que tengo mucho trabajo. Yo no puedo decir, yo tengo mucho trabajo, un trabajo, 2 trabajos, sino que esas serían actividades, pero me estoy refiriendo a todo el trabajo que tengo que hacer. So because this is uncountable, I use too much. Same thing with coffee. You cannot count coffee. No se puede contar el café. Me van a decir, Miss, pero una taza de café se puede contar. Exacto. Una taza de café se puede contar, pero el café como tal, no. So this is uncountable. I'm saying I drank too much coffee yesterday. He talks too much. Él habla mucho. Yo no puedo cuantificar cuánto habla. El hablar es incuantificable. So that is why I'm using too much as well. She watches too much television. Yo no puedo cuantificar cuánto ve de televisión una persona. A la final, si veo 1 hora, 2 horas, sí, pero refiriéndome a lo que ve, no puedo cuantificar. Entonces, es una acción abstracta. That's why we use too much. It's quite different when I using things that I can count, such as cake. I can say 1 cake, 2 cakes, 3 cakes. Un pastel, una torta, yo sí puedo contar. That's why I'm using too many. Same thing with sweets. Sweets, dulces, caramelos. Un dulce, 2 dulces, 3 caramelos, right? I can count this. Now, we also have the possibility on only using 2. That is it. So 2, it's basically to give emphasis about an adjective. For example, I can say, let's see, Cristel is too intelligent, right? I'm not saying that she's only intelligent, right? I'm saying that she's too intelligent. It's like I'm giving emphasis, right? So in those situations, we use to make something like even bigger. I don't want to go out. I'm not only tired, I'm too tired. She's not only pretty. Okay, she's pretty, but look, she's too pretty. Same thing. He's not only smart, he's too smart. Okay, this is whenever you want to make something more intense. Now, let's see the next quantifier, this one right here. Right here you have the pronunciation, enough, no enough, enough. This is the pronunciation of this quantifier. Let me, there you go, enough. So take a look on the example. Do you eat enough vegetables? I don't drink enough water. Notice right here, and I'm going to explain you this in a minute. You have enough, and then you have the noun. Enough and noun. Let's see the next example. She doesn't sleep enough. Right here we have enough before the noun, but right here we have enough after the verb. He doesn't study enough. He doesn't study enough. Let's see some examples. My fridge isn't big enough. I don't want to go, I don't go to bed early enough. Okay, so let me tell you something. How do I use enough? So we use enough. Give me this. Okay, we use enough and we put them in the sentence depending of what are we saying. For example, we use it before the noun. It means that I'm having all that is necessary. Do you eat enough vegetables? Tú comes los vegetales suficientes, ¿verdad? Como los vegetales. No estás comiendo nada. Mira, veo tu plato y todo es carne o carbohidratos. ¿Estás comiendo los vegetales suficientes? So, do you eat enough vegetables? So, enough, whenever we use it before a noun, means all that is necessary. I don't drink enough water. Yo no bebo la suficiente agua. Los doctores dicen que son 2 litros por día. Yo tomo a la final un solo vasito, que es como 300 mililitros. So, I don't drink enough water. Look that right here, you have it highlighted in green because I'm referring to this, right? I'm referring to this. I'm going to highlight it with the same color that is referring to the explanation. Now, we have it right here, the second explanation that basically goes with this color right here. Use enough after a verb with not object. So whenever you have a verb, she doesn't sleep enough. Ella no duerme lo suficiente. He doesn't study enough. Él no estudia lo suficiente. We have a verb. Because we have a verb, we are going to add enough at the end, after the verb. And finally, the last example is my fridge isn't big enough. The explanation for this is this one right here. Use enough after an adjective or an adverb. This is an adjective. Remember that an adjective is a word that we use to describe. My fridge isn't big enough. Mi refrigeradora no es lo suficientemente grande. Mira, quería guardar este pavo de Navidad y no entra. No es lo suficientemente grande. My fridge isn't big enough. I don't want to go to bed early. No quiero ir a la cama temprano. This is an adverb. No voy a la cama lo suficientemente temprano. Me estoy durmiendo tarde. Y al siguiente día madrugo y estoy con unas ojerotas. I don't go to bed early enough. Okay. So let's see, because right here we have some additional rules, but you know, this is a lot of blah, blah concepts theory. In order to understand this, we need to practice, right? So we're about to practice this, but before we go into the practice, I'm going to ask you to pay attention to some of the explanation of this.
2.53. 1.
Do you eat enough vegetables?
I don't drink enough water.
2.
She doesn't sleep enough.
3.
My fridge isn't big enough.
I don't go to bed early enough.
Okay, so right here you have the same explanation I just told you before, okay? You can take this as a reference. So let's see and let's practice. Remember that you can either have this as a reference or you can go to your class notes so we can check and we can practice this, okay? So let's click Grammar Bank 1A. Okay, so we have Grammar Bank 1A. Choose the correct form. And right here, we have an example. We have how, and in this case, you have milk do you drink? Okay, how milk do you drink? You have the options much and many. Remember something, I told you that we usually use much, too much, or much whenever we have uncountable nouns. And since milk, it's basically liquid, I'm not talking about a cup of milk, a glass of milk, I'm talking about milk in general. The right answer is much because milk is uncountable. Okay, I see that, Yael, you raise your hand, so you want to go and do the first one? Can you please read the whole sentence with the correct answer?
I eat too much chocolate.
Correct. I eat too much chocolate. Amazing. Thank you very much, Yael. Maria Llagos, number 2, please.
I ate.
What else? Which one? Too many or too much?
Many.
Too many, correct. Crisps.
Right.
Correct. This is like chips, okay? So this is something that you can count. Thank you very much, Maria. Number 3, Juan.
I don't drink enough water.
I don't drink enough water, correct. Remember that water, it's a noun, sustantivo, right? So if you go right here, you have that whenever we have a noun, we go with the use of enough before the noun, okay? So let's see. We have number 4. I can't come. I'm busy. So we have this option, right? Look, this is incorrect. Les voy a decir que esto está incorrecto, está mal seteado. Había otro que estaba así mal seteado y yo ya lo corregí, pero no me había fijado en este, ¿verdad? Aquí las opciones serían too much o too. Ignorar este busy de acá, okay? So, Mónica, according to you, which one is the correct answer?
Too busy.
Too busy, correct.
Busy.
Aquí básicamente esta palabra deberíamos tomarla en cuenta, ¿no? Too busy. Okay, thank you very much, Mónica. So please, guys, choose this one right here so you can have the right answer. Number 5, we have you work, and we have 2 options, too much and too many. Melanie, which one is it?
Too much.
Too much, right? Because once again, you cannot count the quantity of work. Next one, we have I don't have enough time or time enough. So remember that time, it's a noun, sustantivo, time, noun. So let's see. Analia Avilés, according to you, which one is it? Enough time or time enough?
Enough time. I don't have enough
Amazing.
time.
Correct, because time, same thing as water, right? Enough water, enough time. Thank you very much. Let's continue with number 7. Diana Cañizares, I don't enough go out or go out enough. Remember, go out is a verb, right? Going out is when you go out to shopping, go out to a party, go out to drink, to eat. So which one do you think is the correct answer, Diana?
I don't have time and no.
No, it's number 7. Number 7, this one right here.
Que la entendí la 6. I don't go and no go out.
No, remember something, okay? Remember that when we have verbs, remember, I'm telling you that go out is a verb. Means that I go out shop. I mean, I'm going out to shop and some, right? I go out to drink. I go out to basically have a grab to eat, right? So this is a verb. Remember that whenever we have a verb, Diana, we first of all use the verb, and at the end, we use the enough. So once again, which one do you think is the correct answer?
And no, go.
I'm sorry, which one? Enough go out or go out enough?
Enough.
No, it's not. Just pay attention, okay? Go out is a verb. Okay?
Pero yo le dije la segunda y me dijo que estaba mal.
No, you say enough go out. You are no sé si lo leíste incorrectamente, pero dijiste las 2 veces enough go out. Sería go out enough, porque este es el verbo, salir, ¿verdad? Salir a comer, salir a tomar, salir a comprar. So go out, it's a verb, and the rule says that we go with the verb and then with the noun. Let's see. Thank you, Diana. Let's see, I do have Scarlett Takuri. So what about number 8, Scarlett?
Is too lazy.
Lazy, correct. Esta también estaba incorrecta, estaba similar a esta, pero esta sí me fijé y la cambié. Pero es algo similar como la de acá, ¿no? She's too lazy. Lazy is an adjective, right? Perezoso, vago, lazy. She's too lazy. So please, guys, check your answers. Too much, too many, enough water, too busy, too much, enough time, go out enough, and too. Now, the next activity is also related with this. So we are going to practice this. It will be Grammar Bank 1B. Okay, so Kevin Solis, can you please read the instruction?
Grammar Bank 1B. Complete the sentence with too much, too many, or enough.
Correct. Great pronunciation. Thank you, Kevin. So right here, you have all of these sentences, right? And you have all of these possible answers and the gaps for it. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes so you can double check the sentence and the matching words for each of them. Okay, so let's have 2 minutes. Okay, let's check the answers. So let's go with Yael Vera. Number 1, please. Yael, read the whole sentence, please.
I'm not very fit. I don't do too many exercise.
I'm going to tell you something, okay? Too many, it's for countable nouns, para sustantivos contables. El ejercicio, yo puedo decir que hago 1 hora de ejercicio, pero aquí me estoy refiriendo al ejercicio en general. So this is not countable, okay? Now, another thing that you should consider. I'm going to tell you what's the correct answer right here. Yeah, it's enough, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Let's go back to our note. And we use enough before a noun to mean all that is necessary. Notice the context. We're saying I'm not very fit, right? No estoy muy en forma, ¿verdad? Y yo doy una razón por qué. I'm not very fit. I don't do enough exercise. No estoy tan en forma porque no hago el ejercicio suficiente. No voy al gimnasio, no salgo a caminar, okay? That is why enough right here, it's the right answer. Thank you very much, Yael, for your participation. Helen Romo, number 2, please.
I can't walk to school. It's too far.
Correct. Too far, right? Far is an adjective, and we are intensifying this. We're not saying that it's far. It's too far, right? Probably you have to walk 5 miles. It's too far. Amazing job, Helen. Let's continue with Cristel Saldarriaga, number 3, please.
There are too many cars on the road today.
Correct. There are too many cars. We can count cars. 1 car, 2 cars, 3 cars. So this is countable. That's why we use too many. Let's see. Elizabeth Ramirez, number 4.
I spend too much time on the computer. It gives me headache.
Yes, dolor de cabeza, headache. You pronounce it correctly, headache, okay? So you said too much. Once again, time is uncountable. El tiempo es incontable. Ojo, podemos decir 1 hora, 4 minutos, 10 segundos, pero cuando le damos ese tipo de connotación es contable. But time, in general, not countable. That's why we use the expression too much. Let's continue with Mónica Añasco, number 5, please.
I don't sleep enough, only 5 or 6 hours, but I really need 8.
Correct. I don't sleep enough. Remember that enough means all that is necessary. So I'm not sleeping enough, guys. You know, I only have 5 or 6 hours, but I really need 8. Great catch, Monica. Good job. Thank you. Scarlett Takuri, number 6.
I was too ill to go to work yesterday.
Correct. Ill comes from the word illness, right? Remember that I told you about, let me come right here. I'm going to paste this. Okay. We were checking the word illness, right? I told you that diabetes, cancer, flu, all of these are illness. So the word ill means sick, right? I'm ill, I'm sick. So that is a great catch. This is basically an adjective. I'm describing something. And because of that, I'm not saying I was ill. I was too ill. Probably I have some fever, stomach ache, headache, right? Amazing catch right there, Scarlett. Number 7.
Miss,
Yes.
Miss, I'm sorry. I can go to the bathroom.
Yeah, go ahead. Thank you very much for letting me know. Me acordé del meme que dice, in English, please, cuando le piden permiso para ir al baño. But yes, if you need to go to the restroom, you know, you can go. You can just go and put your message in the chat room, so I know that you are not right there because you are going to the restroom, okay? Let's go with number 7, Kevin Solis.
Number 7, there were too many people at the party, so it was impossible to dance.
Correct, too many people. We can count people, right? You have 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, right? So because of that, too many is the proper quantifier. Thank you, Kevin. And let's continue with Nancy Cruz, the last one, please, Nancy.
I always have too much work and not enough free time.
Correct. So you got both of them correct, right? Remember that I told you you cannot count work, so too much. And right here, I'm saying that I don't have all that is necessary. Enough free time. Great catch, Nancy. Thank you very much. So please, guys, double check your answers so you can have all of them correct and you can have all the possible points. Okay, let's continue with the next activity, guys. The next activity is basically related to pronunciation. So this is a good thing because you can practice whenever you need to speak and tell any of these words. So let's go with the pronunciation section. Let me make this smaller. And we have activity 4A. Okay, so we have, remember that thick, visto, thick. Thick, the word with a different pronunciation. Please understand the instruction. Thick, the word with a different pronunciation. I'm going to pronounce each of these words for you, and you will tell me which one is the one that sounds different, okay? Remember that right here, all of these words are grouped in certain way, right? They are sounding in the same way. So right here, the sound will be up, boot, bike, ike, ek, okay? So let's go with the group that belongs to the pronunciation of enough, much, none, busy. So once again, I'm going to repeat the 4 words and I'm going to ask one of you to tell me which one is the word that does not belong in this group. Byron, are you there? I cannot see you. Byron Reyes. I cannot see you, please.
Aquí estoy, Miss.
Yes, but you were not here. So please, I need to see you over there, okay? So let's go and we have enough, much, none, busy. Okay, I'm going to ask Camila. So according to you, which one is not in this group of the pronunciation?
Busy.
Busy, right? It sounds totally different. So correct. This is the one that does not belong in this group. Let's go with the next one. Boot. We have few cups to foot. Once again, the sound for this group is boots. Ooh. Few cups to foot. So let's see. Helen, according to you, which of these words does not belong to this group? I'm going to repeat them once again. Few cups to foot.
Food.
Not really. Notice my mouth. Notice, look. The first one is boot, right? Notice my mouth. Few. Cup. To. Few. So which one sounds different, Helen?
Cup.
Helen?
Cups.
Cup.
Correct. Helen says cups, right? Es que no, aquí la ven con U, pero no se pronuncia cups, se pronuncia cups, como con O, okay? So, once again, listen. Few, hay una U de por medio. To, foot, boot, cups, right? Different. So, let's see the next group. Bike, bike. The pronunciation right here is I. So let's listen. This one right here is not quit. Now, it's quiet. Quiet. Okay? Bike, quiet, diet, little, like. Once again, bike is the word. Ike, the sound. Quiet, diet, little, like. So, Jorge Jara, according to you, what's the word that does not belong to this group?
Little.
Correct, little. I mean, it doesn't belong at all, right? We're saying quiet, diet, like, bike, and this one is little. Okay, amazing catch, Jorge, thank you. Let's go with the last one. Egg. Egg. So right here we have many. It's egg, many, any, healthy, water. Once again. Egg, many, any, healthy. And remember that water, you can either pronounce it water, American English, or water, English, British English. So let's see. Diana Cañizares, according to you, which one does not belong right here?
Water.
Correct. That is the one that does not sound similar. This one is many, any, healthy, water. Okay, so great catch, guys. Please check all of the possible answers right here. Busy, notice the pronunciation, busy, cups, little, water. Okay, so let's continue. We're already done with this unit. That is always a good news for me. So let's move on into the next unit. Okay, it's going to be 6A. So right here we have some grammar content, but before we move on, I'm going to ask Byron Reyes, can you please read the title of Unit 6A?
6A, are you
Pessimist.
pessimist?
Correct. Thank you very much, Byron. Okay. Now, we have a conversation right here as usual. So, Maria de Los Ángeles Parra, you are going to read this pink bubble and I'm going to read the white one, okay? So go ahead, Maria de Los Ángeles.
I'm doing my driving test today.
Correct. I'm doing my driving test today and I say you'll fail, right? This is really mean. Right here I'm telling you I'm doing my driving test today and this is the answer that you're getting. You're failed, right? That's mean. Okay. So let's see, as usual, our 3 sections that we will have right here. The grammar section, we will use the tense related to the use of will and won't. But in this case, for predictions, right? You know, prediction is what you're seeing in the future. You are not sure about it, but you are taking a shot. Into the vocabulary section, we will check about opposite verbs. Opposite verbs, not opposite, opposite verbs. And in the pronunciation section, we will check whenever you see this ending and also won't. So right here, we have the first activity. And I'm going to tell you something, guys, that I think that I already told you. Something like this, something similar to this exercise, you probably will find it in the final quiz, okay? So it is important that you identify this. So take a look. Right now, we are not going to be able to follow this because it says with a partner, that means that you probably have to team up, Sandra with Kevin, Juan con Nancy. So we are going to do this in an individual way. You are going to do this by yourself. Write the opposites of these verbs. And right here you have the verbs when. So you need to find out what's the opposite verb of when, right? Something not similar. For example, the opposite of big is small. The opposite of cold is hot. So right now, your task is to identify and try to guess what's the opposite of when, by, remember, turn on, and start. So I do have some volunteers that are about to take in a shot on this. So Kevin, for you, what's the opposite of win?
Loss.
Lose, correct. Lose.
Lose.
Because loss is basically perdido, right? So, yes. So lose is perder. So just keep it that this is an adjective. This is a verb. Okay, that is the difference. And you also have different pronunciation. Loss, como la discoteca en Montañita, loss and lose, right? Loss and lose. So let's go with number 2. I do have a volunteer as well. So we have by. Sandra Santin, according to you, what's the opposite of by?
Sell.
Yes, correct. Sell. So that is the opposite of buy. Great catch, Sandra. Thank you very much. Then we have number 3, I'm sorry. Remember. Remember. So Isabel Almeida, what's the opposite for remember?
Forgot.
Can you please repeat the word?
La 3. Sí, forgot. Remember, forgot.
Forget, because forget, that is...
sorry, yes.
Yes, so forget. Okay, that's why I asked you to repeat it, right? Forget. Great catch as well, Isabel. Thank you very much. Then we have the next one. Turn on, right? Take a look. This is the AC of the, I'm sorry, the remote control of the AC right now. And okay, so now I'm hot. I'm turning the AC on. Turn on. So what's the opposite? Cristel Diaz.
Turn off.
Correct. Turn off. Turn on, turn off. And we have the last one, start. And right here we have two possible options, start. So let's see. I think I had a hand, but I don't anymore. So Camila Santa Cruz. Can you please give me one of the two possible options?
Finish.
Finish, correct. That is one. And please, guys, write it in the second gap. Finish. So you can go with start and finish. And we have another verb that is similar. Can you think about that word, Isabel?
End.
And so we can start, and the possible opposites can be either end or finish. So please, guys, take a look. All of the words with with lowercase, okay? No capital letter. Now, let's continue with the next activity that is also related with vocabulary. But in this case, you will have to match the pictures with the verbs. Okay, so right here you have all of these pictures right here. You have 14 pictures, okay? So let me read all of the possible verbs so you can tell how to pronounce all of them, okay? If you want to, you can write down the pronunciation. Number one, arrive. Arrive early. Arrive early. Number two, break. Break. Break your glasses. Number three, buy. Buy a house. Number four, no fin, no, find. Find your keys. No case, keys, like black eyed peas, like that same sounds, keys. Find your keys. Forget. Forget a name. Lend. Lend money to somebody. Miss. I'm going to tell you something about this word. Miss have many, many possible meanings, because Miss can be used for saying Miss Andrea, right? That is one of the possible meanings. Another meaning of miss is that, let's say that you haven't seen somebody in a long time. So I miss you. I haven't seen you in a long time. So I miss you. And you can also say the next miss is I arrived late to the airport, so I miss my flight. Right? The flight that basically had to take you to Miami already left, right? I missed my flight. So those are the three possible meanings of miss. To say Miss Andrea, to say that you miss somebody because you haven't seen that person in a long time, and to say that you miss your flight you miss the train, you miss the bus, you miss the class. Let's say that you arrive to the class like really late. So for example, if you arrive to my class at 9:20, you'll miss the attendance, right? You'll miss the attendance. So let's continue. Pass an exam. That is something that you hopefully all of you are going to do next week. Pass an exam. Push the door. Push the door. Send an email. Start a race. Teach English. Turn on the TV and win a match. Okay, so in this kind of activities, remember my recommendation. Just go with the ones that are easier, right? So for example, if I have number 5, which one do you think is number 5? Take a look. So this guy, it's kind of running. So which one do you think could be the right answer of all of these possible verbs?
Start a race.
11.
Correct. It's start a race. So we can, let me go. 11. This one right here. Right? So just go like this. Now I have to drag it. Okay, there you go. No? There you go. Okay, so that is my recommendation as always. Start with the easy ones and then leave the tricky or the challenging ones to the end. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 minutes so you can analyze all of the verbs and how to match them with the pictures. Okay, guys, let's see. So, for example, let's go with another obvious one. So let's see, Aldair. Okay, what about number 9? Picture number 9. Which one do you think is the right verb for that picture?
Okay, number 9 is push the door. Is number 1.
No, listen to what I'm asking you. Number 9, this
Okay.
one right here. Yes. The picture number 9, which is the verb that belongs?
Picture number 9 is 13.
Yes. Can you please read it?
Turn on TV.
Correct. Turn on the TV. Great job, Aldair. Thank you very much. There you go. Now, let's see somebody that hasn't participated. Let's go with Daniela Vélez. So, Daniela, let's see. What about number 12? Which verb do you think is related with number 12?
Virtual is the pretend, send an email.
Correct. Send an email. So let's go with sending an email. Amazing catch, Daniela. Great job. Let's see who hasn't participated. Okay, all of you have participated. I'm going to go with you in a while, but let's go Omar. Omar Tomala. So what about 13? Picture 13. Which is the verb related to the picture?
Win a match.
Correct. Win a match. Great catch, Omar. Thank you very much. Let's continue with Jessica Lima. Can you please tell me, let's see which one be an easy one. Okay, number 2. Which one do you think is number 2?
Lend money to the somebody.
Correct. Lend money to somebody. Correct. So there we go. Thank you, Jessica. So, Byron Reyes. Byron Reyes. What about, let's see, an easy one. Let me check. Okay, number 4. Which one do you think is number 4? Byron Reyes, picture number 4, this one right here. What's the verb related with picture number 4?
Es buy a house.
Correct. Buy a house.
Buy a house.
Buy a house. Yes. Okay, thank you, Byron. Let's see that number 4.
It's 3.
Yes, no, but I'm looking for the number, so.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. Let's see. Scarlett Takuri, what about number 1? Picture number 1.
The door.
Correct. Push the door. There you go. There you go. So that is number 1. Push the door. There you go. Thank you, Scarlett. Elizabeth Ramirez, number 3.
Number 4. Find your keys.
Your keys. Remember, keys. That is the pronunciation. Yes, correct. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so this is number 3. Let me drag it. I think there you go. Cristel Diaz, number 6. Number 6.
Break your glasses.
Break your glasses, right? You have to zoom the picture. So right here you have some glasses and this guy is stepping on the glasses. So break your glasses. That is correct. That is number 6. Let's continue with number 7, Gianna Sanchez.
Forget the name.
Forget a name. Yes.
5.
That is something, yes, this one right here. That is something that happens to me a lot, forgetting a name. So thank you very much, Diana. Let's see, number 8, Juan Cedeño.
Pass an exam.
Pass an exam, correct. There you go. So hopefully this is gonna be you guys next week, okay? Pass the exam. Now let's continue with Sebastián Rodriguez. Number 10.
Arrive.
Arrive early, right?
Early.
You know, this is a tricky one, but you know, probably if you leave it at the end, you can see that this lady right here is taking, like, she's watching the clock, right? So you can say that she arrived early and nobody is in the classroom, okay? So we still have two left. Maria de Los Angeles Parra, what about number 11?
Teach English.
Correct, teach English. And I'm going to ask to Kevin Solis to read the last one, number 7, please.
Number 7, Miss Train, number 14.
14, correct.
14.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Okay, guys, so let's continue with the next one. Just double check the numbers, okay? I'm going to, let me see if I can make this. No, why? It's not allowing me to make this smaller, but anyway, I'm going to continue with, let me close this and let's move on into the next activity. Okay, so look, the next activity, it's also related to vocabulary. Probably you're saying like, okay, another activity about vocabulary. This is boring, but remember what I told you, there are gonna be content related to this in the quiz. So this is a good practice for the final quiz. Please, guys, remember that I told you, don't go ahead into the activities unless I tell you to go into the activities, okay? This is for your own good, because if I'm not telling you to do that activity, you are going to be developing that activity and with no point. Okay, so take a look. Let's see. Daniela Vélez, can you please read the instruction?
Find the opposite verbs in the list. Write them in the opposite column.
Correct. Thank you very much, Daniela. So these are the same verbs that you were checking on the previous activity, the same ones. But right here, you will find some possible verbs that are the opposite of them. You have, take a look, sell, learn, get or receive, remember, mend, repair, pull, catch, fill, leave, lose, top, finish, borrow, turn off. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes so you can try to relate each of these verbs with the opposite one. Okay, guys, let's see the volunteers I have. So Elizabeth Ramirez, what's the opposite of arrive?
Live.
Live, correct, live, this one right here. So let's drag it until the very beginning. There you go. Arrive and live. Nancy Cruz, break. What's the opposite of break?
Mend or repair.
Correct. Mend or repair. Correct. Kenia Miño, number 3. What's the opposite of buy?
Sell.
Correct. Sell. Mónica Añasco, what's the opposite of find?
Lose.
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 Lose, correct. There you go, lose. Thank you, Mónica. Number 5, forget. Helen Romo.
Remember.
Remember, correct. Thank you very much, Helen. Kevin Solis, number 6.
Number 6, lend, borrow.
Correct. Sometimes there is a confusion between lend and borrow. And right here you find what's the difference. Because if you translated this to Spanish, both of them means prestar, ¿verdad? Ambas significan prestar si los traducen a inglés, a español. But there is a difference. Take a look. So we say we borrow something, right? Whenever we're receiving that, right? And we say that we lend something with you, we are giving something to somebody else. Right here, there is a good explanation as well. Take a look. So look. Okay, so this lady right here, it's saying, can I borrow $10? Right? So she wants to receive something. She's the one asking. And in this case, this man right here says, yes, I will lend you $10, right? The question mark is unnecessary right here. But he's the one that is giving the money and she's the one that is receiving the money. That is the difference, okay? You lend something when you give away and you borrow something when you are receiving. Now let's continue with Juan Cedeño, number 7.
Catch.
I'm sorry, catch, yes, catch. Miss and catch, right? Miss, remember that I told you, you miss the train, you miss the bus, you miss the class. So class already happened and you were not able to go in. So you catch a plane when you go into the plane and you can go to Miami, you can go to Medellin. Now, let's see. Now, the next one, number 8, Maria Llagos.
Five.
I'm sorry, can you please repeat it? We're saying, you say pass, and which one is the fell?
Yeah.
Repeat, please, Maria. Fell. Fell. Thank you. Now, let's continue with number 9. Jael. Number 9, please. Push. Yael, are you there?
Push the door, pull.
Pull, correct. This is something that you see on the doors on the shopping mall, right? You say either push the door or pull the door. Now, let's see the next one. I do have Camila Santa Cruz. What about number 10, Camila? What's the opposite of send?
Get or receive.
Correct. Get or receive. Let's continue with Jorge Jara, number 11.
Stop, finish.
Start, finish, correct.
Stop, finish.
Yes. Please, Jorge, I'm not seeing your face. Your kid getting bloody. So please, I need to see your face during the class, okay? Thank you very much. Now, we have the next one. I'm going to ask Elias Castillo. What about number 12? Teach.
Teach the English is learn.
Correct. Great pronunciation. Teach and learn. Thank you very much. And let's see who is the next one. Jorge, I'm not seeing your face once again, and this is the last time I'm gonna tell you this, okay? Jorge Jara. Jorge Jara. Okay, Elias Castillo, what about number 2? No, we have this one right here. I'm sorry, my mistake. Where is the start? There we go. Okay, number 13, María de los Ángeles Parra.
Turn off.
Turn on, turn off, correct. Thank you very much, María de los Ángeles. And finally, Camila Santa Cruz, number 14, please.
Lose.
Lose, correct. Win and lose. Okay, guys. So right now we are done with all of this. Take a look that we are repeating lose, right? Find, lose, and win and lose. In both ways, you can be using this. So please check it out so you can have all of the correct answers and we can move forward into the next activity. Okay, look, this activity, well, I don't think that you can see it because this is being hidden, so just move forward. Okay, the next activity that we are actually going to develop is this one right here. SB. SB stands for a student book, grammar 2B, okay? Just below this picture is the activity, okay? Do not get confused. So let's go with the activity. Guys, please, once again, I'm seeing that some of you are moving forward. Don't go into the activities unless I tell you to go with the activity. Whenever I open the activity, I'm being really clear, right? I'm telling you, don't open this. The activity that we will develop is SB. So please, don't do that because hacen eso y ya después más adelante, es que la abrí y ya no tengo tiempo para hacerlo. So please, just go with me, okay? Move in the same pace as me. So, right here, I'm going to ask Dayana Moreno, can you please read the instruction?
Student B. Student book. Grammar to be, read the usage phrases, then write the pessimist says responses.
Thank you very much, Dayana. So take a look. Right here, you have some phrases, right? And right here, you will have the pessimist response. Remember this, right? This is part of the introduction that I was making fun of this. Take a look. I'm doing my driving test today. So you're telling somebody, hey, I'm finally gonna get my license, right? So you can drive around the city. So I'm telling you, I'm doing my driving test today. And take a look at this answer. You'll fail. that is being a pessimist. I'm going to give you another example. So let's say that you tell your mom or you tell your father that tomorrow I will have my English exam, right? So you're telling your dad, right, that tomorrow I'm having my English exam. And just imagine that your dad says, you will fail. You will get 0. That is like really bad, right? So that is being a pessimist. Somebody that is always seeing the negative in any situation. On the other hand, you have people, right, that they are being really optimists. So people that are optimists is, for example, you said that. Let's say that in this case, you're telling to your mom, Mom, tomorrow I'll have my final quiz, right? And your mom says, you will pass. You'll pass, you will get a 10. Okay? So in this case, mom is an optimist, but in the case of dad, he's a pessimist. So right here, we're having some of the phrases, and right here, your duty, your task is to choose probably the response that a pessimist person will say, something bad. So for example, we have, we're having the party in the garden. We're having the party not inside, but outside, in the garden. So we have all of these possible options. They'll lose, you won't find parking space, you will break your leg, you won't understand a word, it rain, you won't pass, they'll be late, or he won't pay you back. So which one do you think could be a phrase that a pessimist could say to this phrase?
It'll rain.
It'll rain, right? So we're having a party in the garden, and because there are no ceiling in the garden, right? It's outside. This pessimist person will say, you know what? It seems that it's about to rain, right? So that is the response of a pessimist. So right now, I'm going to give you 3 minutes so you can check each of the possible options and choose the right answer right here. Okay, just relate this text with the answer right here. Okay, guys, let's go with the answers. So, let me check the volunteers. Okay, Elias Castillo, can you please read the sentence number 2 and the response that you will choose?
Yeah. Number 2. Our team are playing in the cup tonight. The answer is you want the pass. You want pass.
We use pass with something related to quizzes, lessons, exams. This is a competition, right? Probably they're playing soccer, they're playing football, they're playing basketball. So this is not something that it will be appropriate for this. Can you please try to choose a different one?
Yeah, it's
So we're talking about a game. In a game, you either win or you either lose, or you can also be tied, right? So which one do you think will be a right answer for this one?
yes, they'll lose.
Correct. Our team are
Yes,
playing in
I'm
the
sorry.
cup tonight. They'll lose. Okay, thank you, Elias. Now, let's see. George Nunez, number 3, please. Same thing, George. I'm not seeing you, please. So can you please go with number 3 and the correct answer?
You want paint your bag?
No, miren chicos, yo no les pido que las oraciones estén correctas y esto se los digo a todos, no solo a George, ¿verdad? Pero sí necesito que al menos trabajen. Se les digo que las lean y recién en ese rato están viendo cuál debería ser la apropiada cuando les he dado cerca de 4 o 5 minutos para que lo hagan. ¿Ok? So please, right now we are almost there. Ya mismo se acaba el curso. Tienen que esforzarse, diría yo, 2, 3 días más. Okay, so please, just focus on the class. Yael Vera, can you please go with number 3?
Si podría darle clic ahí.
Yes. We are going to...
They'll be late.
You say they'll be late. Okay, so you're saying we are going to the city center. Okay, notice city center is 9 de octubre, right here in Wyatt, right? It's the downtown. It's where you can all, like basically, it's the middle of the city, right? The downtown, the center. Okay, so you have they'll be late. I mean, kind of makes sense. What? Which one?
They be late es llegar tarde.
Yes. So, I mean, it makes sense, but there is another one that makes even more sense. That is a better fit. ¿Qué pasa cuando vas al centro, Yael? Mucho congestionamiento, right? A lot of traffic jam. Okay, so which one do you think will be another option?
You won't find a parking space.
Correct. That is something usual that happens in la 9 de octubre, right? It's better to take a cab or to take a bus to go to do anything right there because it's impossible to find a parking space. So great catch, Jael. Thank you very much. Let's go with the next one. Okay, number 4, Nancy Cruz. I'm having my first skiing lesson today.
Okay, you break your leg.
Correct. That is the one, right? This is really bad. So we're saying skiing, you know, that thing that you do in the snow. So the prediction for this pessimistic person is that this person is going to break their leg. Okay, so thank you very much, Nancy.
Thank you.
Let's go with the next one. Helen Romo. I've lent James some money.
He won't pay you back.
He won't pay you back, right? This is something really common right here in Ecuador as well. You lend money to people and after that, they are not gonna pay you back, never. So let's continue with the next one. Thank you, Helen. Scarlett Takuri. Next one. I'm doing my driving test this afternoon.
You won't find a parking space.
Remember that this one, it's already right here. So that is not the option. It's a different one. Listen to me, Scarlett. We're talking about a test, a lesson, a quiz, right? So when you have a test, you can either pass the test or you can either fail the test, okay? Those are the two options. So which one do you think is another option for this sentence? Let's see. Kevin Solis, what about you? Which one do you think it is?
Of course, he won't pay you back.
No, this one right here. Look.
Of course.
Yes.
I'm doing driving test after driving. Of course.
I'm doing my
yes. You won't pass.
Correct. Remember that in the first one, I'm sorry, in the second one, I don't remember who was it, but they choose this one, right? And I told him, look, whenever we use the word pass, it's for test, quiz, lessons, right? So right here, we're talking about a test, a driving test. So the option that the pessimist says is you won't pass, okay? Let's go with the next one. We have, let's see, Juan Cedeño. Next one, please.
I'm going to see a film tonight in English. You won't understand a word.
Correct. You won't understand a word because it's in English. And finally, Melanie Huarco, the last one.
We're meeting Anna and Daniel at 7 p.m. They'll be late.
They'll be late. Correct. That is the last one. Okay, so please double check your answer, guys, so you can properly have all of your responses. Okay, now notice something. We haven't like predictions right here, like bad predictions. Todas estas son como predicciones, pero predicciones pesimistas, super malas, right? This is something that probably it's going to happen in the future. We're having a party in the garden, right? It will rain. So not right now, but in the future. Our team are playing in the cup tonight. They'll lose, not now, but tonight. later, right? At 7 p.m. So I'm talking about future. We're going to drive to the city center. You won't find a parking space. So once again, right now, I'm not telling you that I'm in the city center right now, but I'm going to go to the city center. So once again, future. So all of this are whenever we're using will, the tense for future for predictions. So let me tell you more about this. Okay, right here. So whenever we talk about future predictions, you can probably check some examples right here. Take a look. Nowadays, today, December the 2nd, I'm a student right now. But in 2025, I'll be a doctor. That is my prediction because right now I'm a student, right? And if everything goes according to the plan, in 2025, I'll be a doctor. Next one. Now, this lady right here, she's studying really hard, right? She's like going into Alticia. She's going into any other resources. She's paying attention to the class. So she will pass the exam. That is my prediction. She will pass her exam on Monday. That is not happening right now, but on Monday, on the future. That is my prediction. So we use will and want for future predictions. For example, I will be a teacher. That is my prediction. Let's say that some of you want to be a teacher, right? Right now you are not a teacher, but in 2 years probably, my prediction is, look, you know how to teach, you are good with people, so probably you will be a teacher. He will travel around the world. That is my prediction. You want is the contraction of will not have any problems. So how do we form this? We use the subject, like you can either go with he, she, Marco, soy, la Sofía, it, they, plus will, and plus the infinitive, okay? So you can also do this in a negative way. So once again, you can go I, subject, will, and then I choose the base form of the verb. I will eat pizza tonight. That is my prediction for tonight because I know that in my house, I have some bread. I also have pepperoni. I also have tomatoes. So I think my prediction is that I will eat pizza tonight. Subject, this is the auxiliary will, and the base form of the verb. No eats, no eating, no eat it. It doesn't exist, I know, but no ate. The base form of the verb. And let's say that you want to predict that something is not happening. For example, you won't win the lottery. Right? That is my prediction. You won't win the lottery. Probably, or el pozo millonario, right? You are buying a lot of huachitos, but my prediction is that that is something that is not truthful. So my prediction is that you won't win the lottery. You can also say you will not win the lottery, right? This is the same thing, won't and will not, but remember that my suggestion is always to go with the contraction, right? We can do contractions, of course, what I'm referring to. So instead of saying, I will eat pizza tonight, I can say, I'll eat pizza tonight, right? So let's say that she will eat pizza tonight. I can go with the contraction and say she'll eat pizza tonight. So the constructions go he'll, it, ill, they'll, will. Okay, all of these are a contraction of he will, it will, they will, and we will. We can do contraction as well. Right here you have the usual structure that I usually give you so you can have a better understanding. I will be a lawyer. She will live in Canada. James will pass his quiz. Negative. I won't be a lawyer. She won't live in Canada. James won't pass his quiz. And whenever we want to ask questions, we are going to start with the auxiliary. Will I be a lawyer? Will she live in Canada? Will James pass the study? Now, you can also use a question, right? In this case, you have, where will you study the university? I will study the university at United States. That is my prediction, okay? So now that you know this, again, this is a lot of content theory. The best thing is to practice. So let's go with the next activity, okay? So right here, okay, this one right here, okay? A student book, SB, grammar bank A, just below this file. This is something that basically is a text, right? You can check it out if you want to, but right there you are going to find explanation of will and want, okay? So just go ahead to activity of the student book, grammar bank A. Once again, guys, please, if you, probably this is from now, but this is only a friendly reminder. Just go into the activities if I tell you to go, okay? Now, let's see. Elias Castillo. Elias Castillo.
Teacher, I am sorry. Sí, disculpe por estar un poco ausente ahorita, solo que se me presentó un problema aquí en la casa, por eso moví un poco la cámara, disculpe.
Okay, I understand. Elias, can you please read the instruction?
Yeah. The instruction, this is write sentences and question with will or want. Use contractions where you can.
Okay, thank you very much, Elias. Please, Isabel, your camera. Ricardo Sobrevilla, your camera.
Miss.
Yes.
Miss, disculpe con el mismo tema. Lo que pasa es que en la actividad anterior, sin querer, yo abrí esta actividad ahorita que vamos a hacer.
Okay.
Pero no la analicé y la abrí mal. Entonces ahora me sale como que supuestamente la he hecho.
Okay, give me a minute and I'm going to fix it for you. Who was that? What's your name?
Es Camila Santa Cruz.
Okay, give me a second, please. Just let me go with the explanation and then I help you out.
Gracias, Miss.
Okay. Okay, so we have, okay, so Elias already read the activity. So right here, take a look and understand the thing that we are being asked to. Use contractions where you can. So whenever it's possible, please use contraction. So we have the first one, right? And right here we have the negative indication, right? Basically, they are telling us, hey, this sentence needs to be written in negative. So we have, I think they, this is the subject, lose the match. So I do have a volunteer. So I think that Camila is that she wants to reset the activity. So Elizabeth, how would you do this first activity, this first sentence right here?
I think they won. Well,
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something because, okay, I think they won.
lost the match.
Okay.
Match.
Esta oración está bien porque estamos siguiendo, aquí dice negativo, ¿verdad? El detalle es que poniéndonos a analizar, ¿verdad? Básicamente como que nos dice que ya el perder ya es negativo, ¿verdad? Ya el verbo tiene la implicación de ser negativo. Entonces, en este caso, si bien Elizabeth está siguiendo la instrucción superficial, si nos ponemos más filosóficos, the right thing to do will be, I think that they will lose the match. This is already negative, right? Tiene connotación negativa, pero una vez más, lo que dice Elizabeth y poniendo won, ok, está bien, pero ahorita lo vamos a hacer de esta manera. En este caso en particular, ok? It's not going to be the same for each of the cases. Now, let's see the next one. In this case, we have a question, right? The meeting and the verb be and the complement long. So let's see. Cristel Saldarriaga, how would you do number 2?
Will the meeting be long?
Correct. Will the meeting be long? Correct. Please don't add question mark because question mark it's already right here. And don't add full stop because the full stop is already right. Okay. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do this and then we check the absence.
Me disculpe, ahí en la primera no utilizamos contracción.
Yes, we can use contraction. You are right about that. I'm going to fix that. Let me just fix the activity for Camila and then we are good to go. Okay, so right here, we can use a contraction. So we will go, they'll lose the match. Great catch. So once again, let's have 3 minutes and then we check the remaining sentences. You guys, let's check the number 3. So let me check the volunteers that I have at this point. So Helen Romo, what about number 3?
She won't get the job.
She won't.
She's,
So she
won't get the job. She's not qualified.
Correct. She won't get a job. She won't get a job. Okay, guys, les voy a decir algo. Esta actividad la tengo. She won't get a job. Let me check. She won't. Me sale como que fuera fine. Pero, ¿saben qué? La vamos a hacer. Sin embargo, la voy a esconder la actividad para que no sea considerada, ¿ya? Porque aquí me sale como que la respuesta fuera she won't find. That it doesn't make sense because the verb right here is get, right? So, you know what? Just let's do it just because of the practice, right? And this is the correct answer. Thank you, Helen. Let's continue with number 4, Kenia Miño.
Will you see him at work later?
Will you see him at work later? Correct. Thank you very much. Okay, next one. Let's see number 5. Okay, Sandra Santin. Sandra, number 5.
I think she will love.
I'm sorry, can you please repeat it?
Yeah, I don't want to go. It will be impossible to park.
Correct. I don't want to go. It, right? Be impossible to park. There you go. Thank you very much, Sandra. Great catch. Number 6. María de Los Ángeles Parra.
You won't like that book.
You won't like that book. Correct. Great catch, María de Los Ángeles. Kevin Cruz, number 7.
I think she will love the present about her.
Correct. That is a prediction, right? I think she'll love the present I bought right here, the right back here. Lo apropiado sería back for here, right? Esa sería la expresión correcta. Okay, but just let's go with here. And let me correct this. There you go. Number 8. Let's see. Andrea Molina, number 8, please. Andrea Molina, number 8, are you there? Andrea, ¿me puedes escuchar? Llámale a tu mami. Llámale a tu mami. Andrea Molina, ¿me puedes escuchar? ¿Estás ahí? Veo que está tu cámara, pero no te escucho tu respuesta. Llámale a tu mami que te venga a llevar. Okay. Let's see. Kevin, yes, I was just about to say your name. So Kevin, what about you? Number 8.
There won't be a lot of traffic in the morning.
Correct. There won't be a lot of traffic in the morning. There you go. Let's see, thank you very much, Kevin. Number 9, Jorge Jara, please.
You could find a good job, I'm sure.
Can you please repeat it, Jorge?
You will find a good job, I'm
Correct.
sure.
Remember that you can do the contraction. You'll find a good job. Full stop. I'm sure. There you go. Thank you very much, Jorge. And let's go with the final one. Monica Ñasco, number 10, please.
Okay. Everything will be okay. So there no need to worry.
Correct. Everything will be okay. So right here, it's kind of tricky because take a look. We have a full stop, but there's no capital letter right here. That's why I was telling you that I think that this activity is not, the setting is not good. Okay, so just go like this. Everything will be okay. So there's no need to worry. Okay, if this were with me, I will use a comma instead of the full stop. Okay, so just let me check what's the difference. Yes.
The number 1 is in negative. I don't understand.
Estaba diciendo. Eso es lo que les estaba diciendo.
Yes, I don't understand.
Básicamente, hay dos opciones, que al igual que el resto de las preguntas esté mal calibrada, ¿ya? Esa es la opción 1, que podría ser la más posible. O la otra es que como ya luz tiene una implicación negativa, por eso es que se lo pone de esa manera, ¿ya? Pero como les digo, esta actividad la voy a esconder y no se la va a tomar en cuenta porque me parece que está súper mal calibrada. Como la hemos puesto aquí nosotros, es lo correcto, ¿ok? Porque si seguimos la instrucción aquí, sería I think they'll won't lose the match, ¿verdad? Que es justamente la observación de que. Entonces vamos a darle clic y se van a fijar que todito les va a salir mal. No se preocupen, yo igual esta acá la escondo y no la hago valer. Okay. Look, incorrect. I think they'll lose the match. Doesn't make sense. Same thing right here. It says she won't get the job. She won't get, well, right here is the job, right? Aquí sí fue mala mía. Aquí solamente habría que ponerle la siguiente. It'll be impossible to park. And right here, I think that because es la coma, everything will be okay. So there's no need to worry. Le puse el punto. Esa es aquí. Pero no se preocupen. Si les pasó algo similar, yo lo oculto y no se les va a ver afectado. ¿Ok? Let's continue with the next one. Okay, so right here, this is basically just pronunciation, okay? Let's go with the pronunciation section. Right here, you will hear how to properly pronounce the contractions, okay? So please pay attention.
3.5.
I'll.
Right? I'll, right? That is the contraction of I will. I'll.
I'll be late. I'll be late for work.
You'll break. You'll break your leg.
She'll miss. She'll miss the train.
It'll rain. It'll rain tomorrow.
They'll fail. They'll fail the exam.
Okay. So, Ricardo Sobrevilla, can you please read the first three, I will say, sentences? This, and this, please.
I'll be late for work.
Thank you very much, Ricardo. Jessica Lima, can you please read the second one?
You'll brat your flag.
Okay, let's repeat it, okay? You'll break.
You'll break.
You'll break.
You'll break
You'll break your leg.
you'll break your leg.
Once again, you'll
You'll
break
break
your
your
leg.
leg.
Thank you.
Leg.
Kevin, the third one, please.
She'll miss. She'll miss the train.
Correct. Thank you very much. Great job, Kevin. Sandra Santin, the next one. This is a tricky one, right? So basically remember that it's like two words. It's like, you will say like ill. So let me just put it once again.
It'll rain tomorrow. It'll
Something like this.
It'll rain.
It's like two sounds, right? It'll rain. It'll rain tomorrow. Okay, can you please repeat it, Sandra?
It will.
Yeah.
It will rain. It will rain tomorrow.
Amazing. Great job, Sandra. Thank you very much. And finally, George Nunez, the last group of words, please. George Nunez, can you please read the last group of words?
They will file the exam.
Okay, listen and repeat, please. They'll fail.
Yeah, okay. They'll fail.
Mhm.
They'll fail the exam.
Correct. Great job. Thank you, George. Now, let's see some of the pronunciation and if we can hear the difference, because these two words want the I want to go to Europe, I want to go to Paris, sounds really similar to this one right here, want, but there is a difference, okay? I'm going to tell you which one is it, but basically, this one right here, want, sounds something like this. This one right here sounds like want. I'm sorry. Want. right? Like your mouth, it's gonna be wider, like open, want. This one right here, that is the contraction of will not. It's quite different, and you will have to say it like won't. Right? That is the sound right here. Want, won't. There is a slightly different. Want, won't. Okay, so let's listen.
Three 3.6.
Clock. Want. I want to pass.
Phone. Won't. I won't pass.
Okay, so let's see. Sebastián Rodriguez, can you please read the first group of words?
I want to pass.
Correct. And what about the second one?
I won't pass.
Correct. Great job. So notice that there is a slightly difference, right? This is like your mouth, it's open. It's like, I want to pass. I want to pass. There is like an O right here. Phone, won't. Okay. Thank you very much. Now let's continue with the next one. Let me go back to Unit 6A. Okay. The next activity that we will develop is SB, pronunciation 3C. Listen and write 6 sentences. Okay. So right here in the audio, you will listen to 3 different sentences, okay? I'm sorry, 6 different sentences. So your job at this point is only try to identify what is being said in each of them. Let's listen.
3.7. 1.
I want to go with you.
2. They won't come tonight. 3.
You won't find a job.
4. We want to learn. 5.
They want to sell their house.
6. I won't win the match.
Okay, so basically right here, the sentences are trying to make a difference between the use of want and the use of won't, right? Want as this and want as this. So I'm going to replay number 1, and in this case, Camila, it's going to tell me what is the kind of sentence that she is hearing. Let's listen.
3.7. 1.
I want to go with you.
Okay, Camila, what is the sentence?
I want to go with you.
Correct, right? Right here, even the context is telling us that this is the correct answer, right? I want to go with you. Great catch, Camila. Thank you. Let's see. Melanie Huarco, what about number 2? Let's listen.
2. They won't come tonight.
Okay, Melanie, what's the answer?
I won't come tonight.
I won't, right? I won't come tonight. So once again, in this case, the context is telling me that is this auxiliary. Thank you, Melanie. Number 3, let's go with Maria de los Angeles Parra.
3.
You won't find a job.
Okay, Maria de los Angeles, what's the sentence?
You will find the job.
I'm sorry?
You will find the job.
No,
Or
it's
you won't.
Yes,
You won't
correct.
find the job.
You won't find a job. Remember that right here, either is the option want or won't. Okay, that is the only 2 options that we will have through the exercise. So let's listen again, number 3.
You won't find a job.
Yes.
Miss, en la 2, no sé si estoy correcta, pero yo escuché they, no hay.
Yes, it's they. I'm sorry. That was my mistake. They won't come tonight. Thank you very much for that, because that was my mistake. You are right about that. Let's hear number 3, okay?
3.
You won't find a job.
You won't find a job, right? So let's see, Isabel Almeida, number 4, let's hear it.
4. We want to learn.
We want to learn.
We want to learn. We want to learn. There you go. Thank you, Isabel. Let's go with number 5. Juan.
5.
They want to sell their house.
Okay, what is the answer, Juan?
They want to sell the house.
Correct. They want to sell the house. There you go. And the final one, number 6. Let's see. Omar Tomala, this one is yours, okay? Let's hear it.
6. I won't win the match.
What is it, Omar?
No, teacher, no escuché bien.
No? Okay, I'm gonna replay it, okay? Let's go with the slower audio.
6. I won't win the match.
Better?
I went with the match, dice. Algo así.
Yes, algo así, yes. I won't win the match. I
Okay.
won't win the match. Let's hear it once again, okay?
6. I won't win the match.
I won't win the match, okay? So guys, please click into the finish button, and that will be it on today's class, okay? Before we can leave and you can enjoy the rest of your Saturday, let me just remind you this. Remember that I told you that tomorrow I'm going to dedicate some of the class to go with, the practice of the oral quiz, okay? My suggestion, first thing, try to practice, okay? Number 2, don't read. Just try to go. I'm going to notice if you guys you are reading, so that won't be able, I won't be able to give you a correct evaluation of your speaking skills. So please, number 1, prepare yourself. This is only a simulation. It's not the real quiz. Number 2, what is number 2? Okay, number 2 is don't read, right? Just speak. And number 3, please try to fix your cameras. Try to go into some place that you can actually do and you can speak clearly without any issues. Okay, tomorrow is only a simulation, but believe me, it's gonna be useful because I'm going to give you feedback And in that way, you can get better for the final speaking quiz. So, do you have any questions?
Miss,
Yes.
pues es que en la actividad de ahora salió error 2 y, o sea, lo puse como se lo puso, pero no sé si es por el
Sí,
apóstrofe.
Miss, a mí también me salió 2 errores. No
A
sé
mí
si...
también, Miss. A mí también, Miss.
Es el, de si ya les pasó a todos, pues lo más probable es que ha de ser el muro, ¿no? Déjenme revisar.
Mi, yo creo que es por las apóstrofes.
Podría ser, podría ser.
Porque estoy en una respuesta y es la misma.
Miren. Claro, es que aquí lo han seteado como que fuera tilde. Esto es tilde, esto no es apóstrofe. Y la de acá también, déjame ver. They want to sell. Ah, aquí es their house, no es the house. Esta sí es mala nuestra. Ok, same thing. Ok, voy a darle ahorita refresh a todos para que la puedan volver a hacer y que si esta sí la consideren. Ok, pero permítanme un ratito. Primero déjenme cambiarla. There you go. Okay, so these are the answers, guys. I'm going to send the answers so you can write the right answers right here. There you go. So okay, now you are going to be able to redo that activity. Okay, ya la pueden hacer nuevamente todos. Les envié por el chat la respuesta correcta con punto y coma de todas ahí en el chat para que lo hagan. En un ratito lo hacen, por favor. Ahorita solamente quería ver. Ok, mañana, por favor, cámaras que funcionen, no lean. Es un simulacro. Lo voy a considerar dentro de el grading category de projects, ¿verdad? Ese 20%, porque en vista que algunos no han entregado muchos trabajos de lo que se les ha mandado, al menos con eso se pueden ayudar, ¿ok? ¿Preguntas?
Mañana la conexión es a las 9, ¿verdad?
Yes, como siempre.
Miss, please repeat lo último, por favor, que no le entendí, que se me cortó un poco el internet.
¿Qué parte?
En la parte en la que dice que la mayoría no, bueno, un porcentaje no ha entregado tareas y eso le va a
La
ayudar.
actividad de mañana la voy a considerar dentro del grading category de projects, ¿verdad? Hay projects, Moodle, Alticia y está el examen. Hay una que yo considero un project, por ejemplo, esto de aquí, que aquí esta actividad, este present worksheet, esto de acá, todo esto va dentro de esa categoría de projects y me refería a que hay muchos que no han entregado. Entonces, como para ayudarnos un poco y que eso no les quede una nota baja, lo de mañana, la actividad que van a contestar una de las 3 preguntas speaking, eso de ahí va a ir dentro de esa categoría. A eso me referí. Lo voy a hacer con rúbrica y todo, con la rúbrica que se las manejé, con rúbrica y todo, y decirles, ok, en este punto tienes tal calificación por tal y tal, como para que vean cómo va a ser y que no digan, yo no sabía, ni nada, ¿ok?
Listo, thanks.
Okay. Okay, guys. So thank you very much. I know that probably some of you hate me because I keep pushing you with the camera thing. I know, but I'm just following orders. That is it. I'm just a worker in la Academia de Idiomas. Sigo instrucciones. y cuando, si a mí me ven los videos que no están encendidas las cámaras, ¿saben a quién se le cargan? A mí, no a ustedes. Entonces, no lo crean que yo es por molestarlos, sino que a mí es que me llaman la atención y eso se ve reflejado si podría, imagínense que por no sé, hay algún tipo de problema en que alguno de ustedes tiene mal calificado una parte y si dicen, miren, pero ¿cómo va a apelar a una recalificación si tiene todo el tiempo la cámara encendida o si se lo llama y no está ahí? ¿No? Entonces, solamente les digo, ayúdenme a ayudar. Okay, that is it. Okay, so thank you very much and I see you next week, tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much.
Bye, Miss.
Thank you.
Have a
Bye.
good day.
See you. Bye.
Bye.